So, hi, Subadeep, how are you doing?
Ma'am, I'm doing really great, and thanks to Ivy for this.
Long time we spoke to
Yeah,
each other, right?
yeah, ma'am.
So, can you tell us a little bit about your educational background and your journey into data analytics?
Uh, Ma'am, I started off with BTech in electrical engineering. I completed my engineering in 2018. After that, the company I some marketing roles as usual, like the engineering guys do.
Right.
After that, I then moved on to doing some AutoCAD courses. Then I tried exploring more into that electrical domain as because I was into electrical engineering. Then I went off to being a senior academic writer where jobs such as management, engineering related stuffs and all came up, and I used to do all those things. I was a much more technical writer rather.
Mm.
So after that, I joined Amazon. And when I joined Amazon, that actually made me think more of data because when I used to see some good pivots coming up, good
Mm-hmm.
reports coming up in our mails that this is the performance, these are our KPIs and all. I used to think like how fascinating it would be, like going over there and there is a drop down, yes, no, like some validations coming up. Later on, I got to know that that is a this validation, but that time I used to find it so fascinating.
Fascinating.
Yes. So that somewhere pushed me and like so much huge data like I have seen over there, like people are writing code to fetch the required data, and every run or every running of a code is chargeable because they're
Right.
using the AWS platform over there,
Mm-hmm.
and every team has to bear that. So that was really tough for me to think like into the same company, a team is being chargeable from another team. So how big is this? So that is where the fascination came. Like I need to get into this, at least start from a basic role of analytics. Let's start
Right.
it, then I'll find out some other roles.
You were always curious in the class also.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So you have a lot of different backgrounds and you tried and tested
Right.
different roles and then finally you landed a job in data. So
Mhm.
that's Amazon is the one which helped you to
Yeah,
think about data and then you started your journey.
right.
But once you started your journey, things happen like we get very fascinated about a lot of things and but when we start our journey into it, then we face a lot of obstacles and
Challenges.
problems,
Right.
challenges. So
Right.
what was those challenges in your learning journey of data science?
Honestly, I was sitting and completing my course at a time, like around 7 months. I was out of the job. I was out of the corporate sphere,
Mm.
and then I was very much what to say, like I was very much vibrant. And then I started reaching out to you guys like, ma'am, I need this job. I really, I tried applying for multiple roles and whatnot. But then at a certain moment, I gave a thought that this is not going to work this way. And Pratik sir, like he guided us towards that CV building and then LinkedIn
Mm.
profile building. I sat one day and just thought, I have wasted so much time. Let me give it a day at least. So
Right.
I gave that day, and then I remember that day with you, especially. You called me over. There was a interview, some questions regarding to Sita fashions,
Right.
and some by miscommunication or the other way, both the files went out on a match. And you said that sir would be really disappointed to hear about this and that. And then I said, no, ma'am, that is not the case. I have done it on my own. And then later on, you found out that the admin guy somewhere downloaded the same file on others' name.
Mm.
So that was the day when it gave me confidence. No, that I can beat whatever it comes. Especially, I tried on from Excel because Excel is the backbone. I mean, like it's a
Absolutely.
basic
It's a
part,
foundation.
foundation. So if anyone anywhere, like if there is some data, it comes in Excel.
Hmm.
Excel, WPS or Google spreadsheet,
Hmm.
whatever it is. So that day, and then one fine day, one of my friend, he just referred me to his company.
AdsGuru.
I disappointed him. Why and how? That is a challenging part that I could say. He, in fact, he sat with me in the late night. He helped me with some really good data, and then he asked me to like mix and match some formulas and use it over there.
Hmm.
Some nested ifs, some sort of difficult count ifs and all.
Hmm.
But then somewhere or the other, the next day in the interview, I was very nervous and I did some really silly mistakes, which when the interview was over, just within 5 minutes, I cracked it. And then I found out that it is just my nervousness, nothing else.
Yes.
But once that day has hit my life, I made sure the next attempt anywhere, I'll crack it. And that was Sita Fashions. But then, yeah, I didn't go for it due to some their budgets and something.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I tried on applying, and then somewhere or the other, AdsGuru Exports came into picture, and then I
Very
went
nice.
for it. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So I think one important point that you spoke about is resume and LinkedIn profile.
Definitely.
They play a very, very important role
Mhm.
in portfolio and how companies are going to look at you and understand how confident, how passionate you are. And a
Right.
lot of students pay a less time to it.
Mhm.
Resume building is not a half an hour job. Resume building takes a
Is
lot
a
of effort.
takes a really good effort, and for every jobs,
Every
every
job.
particular job application, ma'am, that is a
Trust
very
me.
thing. Because most of us, what we do is like we prepare one resume, we apply to multiple jobs using that resume,
And
and that
general.
is that yes, that is generalized resume, and that is not specific to that particular JD, and that is
Correct.
where the things go on a toss.
Right. So even, when we are reviewing the resumes at
Mm-hmm.
Ivy, to review and give comments back on a resume, it takes me at least 1 hour. So
Ma'am, you went
imagine,
through my resume, and you found out that ChatGPT is also not going to help me there.
yes. So imagine if we are taking 1 hour to review, so how much time a candidate should be putting actually in creation of it.
Definitely.
So it takes time. So that once you started your journey in Ads Guru, what do
Mm-hmm.
you think? What component that you learned at Ivy helped you through your first job in data?
The first and foremost thing was you preparing a dashboard in Excel.
Hmm.
That is where they were more into some Excel based stuffs, and AdsGuru is a company that actually exports. They have multiple business outlets in Papua New Guinea, and over there they required multiple dashboard requirements. They had some dashboard requirements based on multiple domains like real
Hmm.
estate. It could be investment related. It could be waste management related, and some of the other parts. So
Hmm.
what I when I started off with my first dashboard, that was sales dashboard, and I used it using pivots, then some kind of slicers and whatnot, and it was more of a pivot related. But
Hmm.
then it came into picture that the requirement that they had was more of some pivot because they were not uh, into nowadays. They were not into so much of this stuffs. So what I had to do in I had to create a plain and simple, just visual dashboard, and then I prepared the real estate one where it was just basic graphs, some tables, and then there were some. I used the radio buttons from the advanced ones,
Hmm.
and then just clicking on that, that would give them a clear picture. So, like preparing a dashboard is more of a storytelling rather than what we are
Yes.
trying to like put into jump jumbling up some kind of charts, graphs, not that. It's just a storytelling of what the data is trying to show, or what I want to show rather, or what they want to show, like see. So that is where I found it like more helpful that Ivy helped me, because when you taught us, like we are more into storytelling rather than building dashboards.
Right, not just a bunch of charts together.
Definitely, ma'am.
Narratives have to be there. Wonderful. So, what are the different, like from AdsGuru and now in your current organization
Mhm.
also, can you also help? Because, typically we do all these interviews to help the person who's trying to get into data science understand what are the obstacles they'll be facing, how much hardship is there to get into it, and also to understand how to prepare themselves for the interview. So, between the
Okay.
two companies that you have
Mhm.
worked, could you help to make me understand, and for everyone else, that what are the different rounds of interview and how would you suggest everyone to prepare for it?
Yeah. So the first and the foremost one is like people might come up from multiple backgrounds, multiple job backgrounds rather, and
Mm-hmm.
they find it really difficult to get into like some new roles that are related to data science or data analytics, whatever it is, because multiple people reached out to me even after I joined into this. And my previously also my name was like hosted by Ivy, and multiple students came up to me like saying me asking me like how is Ivy providing some guidance and all. So I just help them with this information that Ivy actually plays their part very well, but what you need to do is you need to understand how you need to grasp those ideas, how you need to help yourself at first rather
Mm.
than like pointing out on the institutes, because institutes play their role in a very structural way. But what we need to do as a student or as a candidate is that we need to first understand what like in my past companies, like for example Amazon, or like in the previous one like senior, when I was in the role of senior academic writer, so I used to handle data, but I never thought it in a way that I would be mentioning them in my CVs, because over there what I used to do is I was applying for a different role where the requirement was not there of the data. But when I'm right now applying for roles such as data analyst or something, I'd be mentioning those things that were related to data. So
Correct.
using the tools that I have, what I've helped the company with, or what
Mhm.
results that I have provided by using the data. Or for example, I could rather say, when I was at Amazon, I used to deal with data and help the team with by highlighting the KPIs of the employees so that they
Mhm.
can understand where they are going down, where they are going wrong, or whose performance on month is going at a par or something. So those things I tried to highlight on my CV more. So that helped me to prepare my resume as a data analyst, rather
Right.
not a generalized resume that was hitting the operational like job backgrounds.
Correct.
Yeah.
And what kind of interview, like on which tools they interviewed you,
Yeah.
and what
So
type of
at
interview
Star Health,
rounds?
basically first round was taken by the HR, where he
Mhm.
just had a basic inquiries on my backgrounds and all. And the second round was done by a technical round rather. So there at first the technical person or the interviewer actually tried to understand my roles, what I have done, what not. In fact, that person visited my GitHub profile,
Okay.
and then that was also held by Ivy rather. So uh, I prepared the dashboards using Excel. So he said uh, he tried to understand like whether all these are done by Excel at only or not.
Mhm.
So he was a bit confused. Like this mainly the dashboards are more into Power BI's. Like they have a great visualization. But how come you did it using Excel? So he had a first query over there. So I cleared his query and then came up with some SQL questions. Then came up with some Power BI questions. So of course, like there were some set of questions that you guys helped us with. In fact, some data sets that was provided. So I helped it myself over there, because at the end Ivy has helped me, but I need to help myself.
Correct.
So
That is
that is where my experience came into action, and then I also used some internet stuffs such as the profiles like hacker ranks and
Hacker rank.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So I really had some great investment in time over there, so that helped me a lot. So after that, when the technical round was over, right now I report to the joint VP of the company. So I have to handle three centers, the data of three centers, and it's really really like busy going in the month ends, month starts. I just have some time in the mid of the month, but that time also some ad hoc tasks come into picture, like
Would
preparation
I
of
say
incentive. Yeah,
it's better to be busy than bored?
definitely. And I really love play like I really love spending time with data rather, because over there what more fascinating is like and then shortcuts and some formulas, all the insights come into action. Like what lot of data that might be there, like around 10 lakh rows of data or some sort of in number of rows of data. But on the application of the software or on the application of the formulas or something, the results come into picture in a very simple go.
Right. I
That
can
is
I
more
can
fascinating.
hear the passion and love for data in your voice.
Definitely.
So that is good. So what I've understood talking to
Hmm.
you, I think what plays an important role in getting a job is number one, good projects. Because like you said, the
Definitely.
first thing the
Hmm.
recruiter was interested in was on your portfolio.
Right.
Having the resume tailored to the job that you're trying to apply and not doing a generalization, like
Hmm.
one resume fitting every job, that doesn't work.
Hmm.
Right. And
Yeah.
preparing, obviously, using the websites like HackerRank to practice. Practice makes
Right.
it gives you more confidence when you're going for the
Right,
interviews.
ma'am. Right.
And I
Right.
think the two
Mhm.
interviews that you gave, where I like the fact that you did not get disheartened, but you
Mm.
understood, okay, this is my weak area and this is what I need to strengthen. And the next one I'll definitely crack. So,
Yeah.
learning from the interviews that we have given, understanding what are the pitfalls, working on them, and then trying again.
Mhm.
Any
Definitely.
message for the new age AI kids that we have coming into data analytics, data science?
Yeah. Uh, if the candidates are completely coming up from the colleges, so I would rather call them as my data team because we are all into this particular zone. I would try to give them a message that data is the oil of the new generation. So, buddies, don't
Absolutely.
lose your hope. Somewhere or the other, you will find a job related to data because ultimately, data is everything.
Data is everything. And it's in every industry, every company, every profile,
Everywhere, everywhere,
everywhere data
everywhere,
is there.
everywhere.
I think, when we graduated, we used to say that if you know English and computers, you will never die hungry. You will survive, you'll get a job. But now I think to be able to work with data has also
Mhm.
become an important role to get into corporates.
Definitely, ma'am. If I rather talk about some operational roles like project managers or somewhat being as assistant manager, a basic level managerial roles. There also, if we have the knowledge of data, so somewhere or the other we have a plus point. Why? For example, uh, I am actually handling the data of three branches.
Hmm.
One is Kolkata, one is Ahmedabad, and one is Bangalore. Now, the Bangalore branch manager, for example, he is good with data. The branch manager of Kolkata, he is not that good with data.
Hmm.
So, in case if there is some errors that I might like I might have happened in my by mistake provided some wrong data. So, in case in some other way, Bangalore branch manager finds out that he by his whatever the knowledge he has, he's finding that the data is somewhere or the other is not right. So he will at first he will try to reach out to me that Shubhadeep, please can you have a check on this, because I find that there is some mistake on this. The sales figures are not correct. or somewhere or the other this and that. But however, on the other hand, the Kolkata branch manager is not being able to highlight on this. So what would happen rather? The business that I'm showing over there in the high profile zones to the senior managers or to the VPs of the company. So over there, the Kolkata's face would be in a downside rather than Bangalore. Why? Because Bangalore has identified the fault that I have made. Rather,
Right.
whereas on the other side, Kolkata couldn't highlight on that. Yeah, like we are human beings. We might come up with some errors. We
Yes.
might make some mistakes. But on the other hand, if there is a person who is having that understanding of this data, so he will be able to understand that what is right, what is wrong. There might be instances like we really deal with a large amount of dumps, raw dumps. So when it comes over there, we just have a formulated file sheet wherein the report comes into picture, and we just paste the raw in the other sheet. It fetches all the details. But however, someday there is a additional column in that raw dump, or there is an error in the date format. There is some error. I haven't noticed it because it's a huge dump. It's not possible for me.
Right.
So over there, when that branch manager finds a report, there is this much of just a flick of the data went on a flick. So he will be at first identifying that. Why is this so? Then he will find out on the raw dump if he's like if he's having that knowledge. But in case he is not having that knowledge, he would be like having a fear within himself to open that data, open that raw dump even. So that is where this knowledge helps us gain confidence.
I think a little bit of data literacy everybody needs to have now to run a business.
Definitely. Today, if we
Absolutely.
go to the tea shop, or in the in the local tea shop, they will also have a business running on the back of their mind, and they can say that
Absolutely.
इतना चाय बिकता है बॉस, इतना मेरा मुनाफा निकलता है.
हाँ.
But they have their own way of understanding the data, but we do it on a software. That is a different context.
Right. Wonderful. All right, Shubhadeep, thank you for taking out time. And it's always a pleasure talking to you. So I know we
Thank you,
spoke
ma'am.
after a long time, but it's always a pleasure talking to you, and all the best for your
Definitely.
future passion for the data.
Sure. Definitely, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. You have a good night. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good then, ma'am.